So if you are a real activist, if you are a real influencer, this is a whole new ball game of work ethic. This is not you taking photography of yourself getting up in the morning. That's dumb. And what these people did was they created a mental psychosis amongst millions of people of what's now called, they call it FOMO, and they call it trauma dumping. Whether they're telling the story or not, they're like literally living trauma and then delivering it to you on a silver platter, and it's disguised by how they look and how much money they have. They've always been like this, except for now we have access to see who they actually have been doing behind the scenes. And you didn't like it then, and you still don't like it. However, industry is pushing that in front of your face because they're controlling the algorithm. And then they're lying to your face and saying that the algorithm is organic reach. Yeah, organic reach if you're branding the brand of what they want the brand of TikTok to be. And then you're like living in some brainwashed category. Look at that. Brainwashed category of sickness while you dissect yourselves apart to separate yourself from reality and live in delusion. I want to be like them. I want to be uplifted. Well, that's not how you become like confident. That's not confident of what you're seeing. That's lack of confidence. That's insecurity on blast. So they're redefining what confidence looks like. It's not even a cover-up anymore. It's literally in your freaking face. I've been playing your asses to tell you that that's what they're pretending to be, but it's very clear that you don't have anything to talk about, and there's your first sign that it's lacking confidence. Because if you actually had confidence, you would talk about things that were interesting or got people their thoughts moving. When you're an influencer, you're on 24/7. Meaning if you're going to a gala or event, you're not laughing and partying it up like you're watching with some of these people like Paris Hilton. See, everything about her is just this. Glamorizing everything. Everything's glamour, 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 glamour. That's about you, not about the audience. But that's what you as the audience wants, because that's what she's telling you that happiness is, but that's insecurity. So now you're chasing insecurity. You're chasing insecurity and you're chasing money. And then go to a whole nother level. If you're a politician, you don't get holidays. Because Thanksgiving, they don't celebrate Thanksgiving in Germany. And you don't stop your nonsense on Thanksgiving. They don't celebrate Thanksgiving in Australia. They have their own holidays. This means if you're a real politician, you're not celebrating. You're always working. You literally maybe get an hour of downtime. Especially with the Middle East around. All of these Middle Eastern people, whether you think they're Americanized or not, and that includes India, are mentally unstable. They have no idea how to be American, and they embrace their culture of India and Middle East over their culture of America, and that's your first sign, which is why we do not want you here. Especially the ones that live in their bougie existence. Well, they try to talk to us like they're talking in a hypnosis trained of thought, so that they can train you into submission, so that you'll just accept everything they say and then act as if you know what they're talking about, but you really don't know what you're talking about. They just want you to be their follower and to like them. You might want to take a look at that on a Jordan Peterson way of explaining, because all you all do is run around and talk in pie in the sky and don't directly point fingers at people that you know are the villains. Because it's not appropriate for a platform, but these people are doing that to what? Scott Disick, which I do believe that letter that Kristen Cavallari wrote was actually not what was sent. Because of the way she reacted to it, it should make you feel questioned. You should question what she was actually telling you. All he said was, hey, do you want to get together and have some coffee? And then there was no backstory of what actually happened. So she wasn't defending herself, she was gossiping. And it's really fucking bad, whatever it is, because it sounds like they're now starting to talk about this content and how they are going to be in prison. And that might be the message that you all need to pay attention to, and who's following it and who's not, and who's fighting against it and who's not. Because I assure you, after the lessons that I've learned on face-to-face encounters with the lowest of the low, to the most elitist, those out of Hollywood who think you're elite, who don't even have a middle school education. You don't even have a middle school education. And that would be Taylor Swift too. She doesn't even have an elementary school education. I'm surprised that you can even read and write. Now think about that in the levels of the modern day America and how important education is and how they devalued education. And how she only looks toward money versus education. Education is the money. That's a fulfilled life. Go take a look at this shit. This is all the Indian shit. Fuck all of you. Because you're such a bad fucking person, you're promoting bad shit, and you're destroying the planet. So that you can be what? Hot? Hot is touching in temperature. Ow! Don't touch the stove, it's hot. Painful. Ow! That's hot. Don't touch it, you're gonna get burned. That's what it means to be hot. So I don't know why you would want to be hot. Being hot means you're lonely. Being hot means you have no friends. You want to be, appealing and attractive. You want to have good company, but you don't want to be hot. And I don't ever want to be called hot. That is, like, disgraceful to walk into a room when someone's dressed up in a nice outfit, even if it's a short skirt and a, whatever the shirt is, for you to acknowledge only on how they look. But that's what women want, because that's what Mona Van tells you that she wants. And so you assume because she wants that everybody wants that, because everybody in your mind wants to be like her. I would assume that would only be for the most shallow, self-centered, and then your sign of what to watch out for. So while you're relaxing this holiday season on traveling with your fiancés and your husbands and your wives, while you erotically pose nasty photography of planted food that you already prepared from last week and the week before that somebody else made, like your wheatgrass bullshit, while you sit on your ass, do nothing, and your assistant does all the posting, make sure you understand as an audience that you're not actually connected to these people. You're connected to an idea and a brand and an image so that they can separate themselves and they can abuse you from afar and never have to take responsibility for the role they said they wanted to take, but they're not influencing anything but diabolical, nasty behavior to ensure their happiness of what they think is happiness, which is money and clout and fame and attention and parties where other people wait on them hand and foot. And then they proclaim that they did all the work. Well, they get validated by everybody around them. And they say, well, what I just do is I just let things go. Wow, that's some really, really shady shit. Can't wait to see what kind of content you're going to produce at the Wellness Oasis. A bunch of nasty-ass women trying to abuse you as the audience, because you better already believe that they're shitting in their drawers. It's already a miserable event. You're not going to learn shit. You're literally going to be sick to your stomach. And they're just going to sit up there and tell you that be kind and be happy and produce content and I love my life and everything's great and look at my diamond ring and the list goes on and on and on. Don't forget about that dinner you're going to have where Gary Vee's going to stand around and act like he's the king. Mona Van's going to say, that's my fiance over there and we're going to have a wedding here and a wedding this. And he's going to stand there and smile. Wow, what a fucking experience of existing. While I'm over here making raspberry pie with the Pillsbury Doughboy.